Okay, here we are with Tri Performance Shoulder Series Part 2. We're taking it up a notch. This is the next step along the way to helping bulletproof those shoulders, rehab them for injury, and get them ready for a lifting session if you want. But mostly this is for bulletproofing the shoulders, this part. Because we're taking it up a notch where you're really going to start to work, stretch, move and play. First of all, what you'll need, obviously last time we needed our little rubber band. This time we need a broomstick. Now you can head down to your local Bunnings or hardware store or wherever you are in the world that's got a hardware store, into your mum's closet, cleaning closet or whatever, and take the end off the broom. We can purchase them for a few dollars each. I know here in Australia, I'm sure they wouldn't be too many euros or US dollars or wherever you are in the world. Get yourself one, very, very handy, okay? We could use a hockey stick, but unfortunately they're not quite long enough unless you're really hypermobile in the shoulders, and we might obviously be aiming to work towards that. So, first of all, now we're gonna hold the thing out nice and wide, and if you remember the one we finished with in part 1, that was called the shoulder dislocate with the band. Now what we're going to do is the shoulder dislocate with the stick. Now with the band you've obviously got that little bit of give and room to play, whereas the stick, being a straight solid object, we've got a lot less room to play. So first of all, start with your hands as wide as you can get them, elbows locked out, and we're going to take it over and come touch the backside and come back around. Now, once you do that a few times, the shoulders might start to free up. You can move your hands in ever so slightly. If you just notice there, get myself in shot, I literally only moved in a tiny bit. You see a lot of people make the simple mistake of early going like this, and they get to a point and can't go anywhere. Now, once we've moved in a little bit, you can continue. What you have to concentrate on is, yes, it's easy to go one way, but on the way back, we don't want to be bending our elbows or going nice and crooked. So, don't move your hands in unless you can get solid, continuous reps, keeping your shoulders straight and locked out. Okay, this may take some time. It is a difficult skill, but it is great for building strength and health in our shoulder joint. Okay? Moving on to the next part. It's called the Russian gun. What we're going to do is we're going to hold the stick, palms up. The one before we were obviously palms down. Here we are, palms up. Now I'm going to grip the stick in one hand. I'm going to slide it along to the other, fold it in underneath, and then extend. And then I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to loosen and grip with the other hand, slide along and back. This is a great stretch for the shoulder. What we're working on here is internal rotation and then a bit of external rotation coming back. But it's predominantly the internal rotate and come back. So as you see, I'll turn side on and hopefully you can see the shoulder rotate and extend. Rotate and extend. Rotate and extend. Good. Once you've completed that 5 times each side, we'll go on to the next one, and this is more of a stretch where you're going to need a stopwatch for a little bit of time. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds each side to start with, and over time you'll build up by adding 5 to 10 seconds each time, depending on how much rotation you've got through your shoulders. Now before, with the Russian gun we did internal rotation, now we're going to do external. So I'm going to hold the stick straight up and down. I'm going to reach in and across and try to get my thumb facing down. Bring it out in front of me, my hand is at 90 degrees, or my elbow, sorry. And what you'll see with this bottom hand here, I can now control. So now I'm going to get some external rotation. Now I don't want to obviously go too far, but I want to go to something that's nice and comfortable. Well, you notice it'll work a bit of wrist mobility as well. As you can see, my wrist is cocked a bit. Need to work on a bit of my wrist mobility there. And I can hold that for a certain period of time. Make sure then I swap over. So the dislocates, we're working through the shoulder joint, going through the full cycle of range. Then we're working internal rotation with the rushing gun, external rotation with this, the external stretch. As I said, probably start with doing 2 times each side, 30 seconds, then look to add a bit of time to that until your shoulders start to feel loose. Next, what you're going to need is we're going to head to a wall, and I'm going to show you the shoulder sunrise and sunset. All right, here we are for the shoulder sunrise sunsets. Now these are a great one for full range. They can help with the dislocates. Dislocates, you obviously use both arms. This one we're going to use just one. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn, you're going to face 90 degrees from a wall, okay? My shoulder is obviously very, very close. I'll show you a different angle in a second. Place my palm on the wall, okay? Out at about 90 degrees, you know, shoulder height. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that arm up and over, leaving that palm on the wall. Now I want to try to remain as square as possible to the wall that I can. I don't want to be turning my chest to face away and to face here, obviously. I want to stay at 90 degrees, open and around. So as you can see, the sun rises and the sun sets. Make sure you do both sides. I recommend 10 times each side. You can go through this. And then move on to the last step, which we're going to show you now. And the last one in part 2 is stir the pot. So what you're going to do is one hand goes on the knee and we're going to bend over with a nice flat back, not rounded like this. Let's keep good posture. And the other arm is just going to dangle, and I'm going to go around and round in circles. Letting the shoulder joint relax in the capsule, gravity to pull it forward and pull it out. And then I'm going to change directions. Just let the gravity go. All we're trying to go is a circular motion. We can go nice and big circles. We can go down to little circles. And the speed's changing. We obviously want to make sure we change sides. You can see it here now from the front. Just letting that stir the pot. If you go 10 circles forwards, 10 circles backwards on each side, and give that a go. Now that's a wrap for the shoulder series part 2. Stay tuned for number 3 coming up.